Hello, welcome to Sunfire Designs. Today I am going to be doing a Majesty. I wanted to try it with my mold that I made, the one that's a little bit deeper, to see if that made any difference in how it turns out. So I am going to go ahead and get started on that. So this is a mold that I made about 6 months ago, maybe, and it's a little off level because of the way I made it. It was the very first one I made, and so I know better now. But I have these under here just to kind of level it out some. I'm using Art Pro resin. This is my push. I'm just going to leave it clear. I'm not going to add anything to it. I'm just going to leave it clear. I have my mica powder is copper, and that is from Curate Color from Michaels. It is just, the color is copper. My white is Let's Resin Ocean White, and I'm just going to give it a quick stir and then just add it to my piping bag right now while I'm talking to you. That way it's done. So here we go. Just like to make sure I give it a good stir. Now for my resin, I let it sit for between 10 and 15 minutes, just to the point where it was not cool to the touch on the outside. If I touched the cup, it was not warm, but it was not cool. It was just kind of neutral. And that is because in the winter, I'm finding that I'm getting a little film and things are not closing as easily or moving as well as I like them to, or as much as they did before. So that's why I'm doing that. All right, this is Phthalo green. It's the yellow shade. And then I have my indigo, which is from Daler-Rowney. Love this color. I've been using it a lot lately. All right, so without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and get started so that we can make sure that everything goes as it should. All right, so let me take the sticks out of here. I don't want to wait too long. Oh, and I have this for my center. It's just some color shift glitter that I thought might look cool. One of them is blue and green. The other one is, I can't remember what the other one is. The other one is green and gold. So I know it's gold and not copper, but I think it'll work out just as well. All right, I'm going to start off by pouring the navy, the indigo, around the outside edge. And I'm going to pour about half of it. And I know I've done several Majesty pours. I really love them. This was inspired by my friend Amanda, Crafting Kindness. If you have not checked out her YouTube page, you definitely should, and I will put a link to it in the description. I'm going to pour about half of that, and then I'm going to come in and I'm going to pour my green just so that it doesn't close up the center. So I'll pour about half of that. Now I'm hoping I got this level. I won't know until after it's cured, but I've tried to I use an actual level to make sure that I've gotten it as close as I think I can. So we'll see if I actually got it or not. It's kind of hard to do. I am making another mold, but I have to wait until the next piece of my housing comes in for my the outside part where you pour the mold into, the silicone into, because the one I had was not big enough. This is a big mold. It holds almost 200 mils of resin, which makes it the biggest, like, coaster, I guess you'd call it, mold that I have. So I just want to make sure that I can pour another one, because I made it so I have a blank, or a template, I guess you'd call it. So all I have to do is just pour silicone over it, and then I can make another mold and it'll be level. When I did this, I know what I did wrong, so hopefully I'll be able to avoid that. All right, so now it's time to pour the copper. I'm going to pour the copper at the edge right where the green and the indigo meet. And I'm not pouring very straight. It's kind of coming out squiggly. I don't know why. I think it's because I'm concentrating very hard on trying to get it exactly on that line. And it doesn't have to be perfect. I'm thinking this is going to be a really cool color combination. I just love copper with green. And I think with the blue, it's probably going to turn the green into more of like a teal kind of color, which would look really cool, or a teal or a turquoise. So we will find out if that is what's going to happen or not. Yeah, this mold is deeper and I've been getting totally different results in it than I have in my more shallow molds. So that's why I want to try it again for some other things. So you might be seeing me do some repeats of some other pours that I haven't done in a while, just to see how it works. I'm excited. I'm excited to get the rest of the parts I need to make another one. Because honestly, I'll probably still use this one. That way I can pour it. The only thing is, because it uses so much resin, it's just going to cost a lot more money to keep making things in it. But right now I'm doing okay. There's probably going to be some sort of point where I can't afford to keep doing it, but until that day, we're just going to keep on going. Let's scoot that over here. All right, I need to wipe up my dripped resin from that. Now, I'm going to give it a little torch just to get some of those bubbles out of there. Now, whoops, I missed this part. I'm going to cut the tip of my piping bag off and we will get a move on. I'm hoping with it being warmer, or at least not warmer, but not cold, that will help things to flow really well. All right. Okay, here we go. Now, I did not make the hole very big because I wanted to make sure that I have good control over this. So I'm going to start at the outside edge and I'm going to make the little loop-de-loops that are the basically the hallmark or trademark of this particular pour. Is these little loop-de-loops. Amanda did such a great job when she came up with this idea. It's beautiful. It's fun. It's not as precise as doing like the fairy flower or the dally dots. I struggle with that. For some reason, I struggle with those two. I feel like I struggle more with the fairy flower, but then again, I haven't done one in a while, so we'll see. All right, now I'm going to go over and do it again. Exactly what I just did. Holding my breath. I don't know why I hold my breath when I'm doing patterns like this, like whether I'm doing lines or swirls or whatever. I don't know why. I just keep finding myself holding my breath. All right, so now I'm gonna wait about, I don't know, 5 to 10 minutes for this to move inward. So I'm gonna put it on pause and I'll come back in a minute. All right, it looks like most of it's moved in. So I am going to go ahead and do my my next row, which is just a row right along the outside edge. And get that done. Okay, come on, resin. Let me make sure I have enough here. It's gonna be just enough. There we go. See, used almost all of it. All right, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do my push. Hopefully, I'm gonna pour it in slow because the directions are to not pour it in fast. Pour it in slow. And I think I'm gonna stop there because it's getting close to the edge over here. So I do have a little bit left. I'm not sure if I'm level or not, and I think that's why it's not taking as much as it usually does. Plus, I'm just kind of worried about that edge. So now I'm gonna put my little bit of glitter in the center. I can't see if that's in the center or not. Let's see. It might need to come down just a hair. And I didn't do a lot, just did a little bit. We don't need a lot of glitter. All right, so I will put on a time lapse. I am going to torch it here in just a second. I'm gonna let it try to move in a little bit on its own, and then I'll torch it. And then I will see you when it's time to unmold, probably tomorrow morning. I'll see you then. Bye. Okay, let's see how this goes, how it went. Right here, a moth landed in my resin, a tiny little moth, but I don't think he's gonna disrupt anything. You can see deep inside that it closed up inside, so there we go. Let's see if it came out evenly, like I hope, and beautifully. Let's see, ready? Oh, wow. That came out so cool. Oh my gosh, that came out so cool. The middle does not match at all, but I kind of like the contrast. Can you see the copper here and here? And those crazy petals. Oh. And then the circle. I just think that came out really cool. Maybe not what I expected, but so cool. I really love it. I really love it. What do you think? I'm so glad it came out in the center. I've got everything set up so I can center it again next time, and I won't have issues, hopefully. So let me know what you think. Thank you for being here and watching with me, and I'll see you next time. Bye.